Bonus day, baby. Bonus day. Back at it with the Mercedes LS swap. More fab. Hopefully getting into electrical. Let's hit it. And here we are again. Some odds and ends still need to get done. I've got some couplers to go in here and here. Waiting on the 90-degree elbows to come around. This pulley, obviously. Of course, we want to be able to clear the hood. And I will give more of an idea what that looks like. I brought the intake I got from eBay. So I'm going to set that up, see what that looks like. 90-degree elbow coming over. Just a quick overview. Got to figure out some of this. How the reservoir comes into the water pump there. That's obviously the heater core. So, yeah. A few things. And then we'll figure out... I know there's a fan harness that can come up through here. Not really a harness, but two feed lines coming out of the LS computer under dash wiring. We'll come up to... I have the harness for these fans. I'm hoping we'll get to that, but there's a lot of other stuff to do. Gonna do some mock-up and stuff like that. And we're gonna hit it. Whew, can't complain, can't complain. $40 haul from Harbor Freight. $2 for 11-inch cable ties. Heck yeah, you know I'm picked that up. $2 electrical tape. Shrink wrap kit. Always need a shrink wrap kit. Hose clamp assortment. I need an extra long drill bit. I'm going to show you guys that later. And a terminal connector set. Because we got to run our fuel pump wiring. Which I also bought. See, I overbuy. I bought a roll of black and red wire. And you know why I did that? Because you can't get them anywhere. What is going on, America? You can't get simple stuff that you need anymore. What happened? Anybody working with their hands out there anymore? Sheesh. There we go. Focus, focus. So this is the wire harness that came with the eBay cooling fan setup. Your automotive relay goes in this end. As you can see, they've supplied a ground terminal. Battery hot. I always get nervous when there's straight battery hot involved, but we'll figure that out. And then on this side, okay, the only thing that matched the fans themselves is this blue wire, which is the output from your relay, right? This is your signal in. This is your output out. So it's going to take hot going across, right? And then blue to your fans. And then this comes from the LS, well, how I'm going to run it. This is going to come from the LS wire harness. And next, we're going to take a look at the LS wire harness because I noticed something, and I'm feeling kind of gypped. All right, welcome to the footwell of a 2010 C300 that's been, you know, driven the heck out of, right? Anyway, reading the directions. The LS computer tells the fuel pump to come on with a green wire. Okay, we got the green wire. We got a ground. But just like the relay harness that we looked at for the fans, where is my hot and my output? I mean, I could deal with the fact that they don't supply the output. That makes sense. But why not wire it into the hot? I mean, come on, people. It's right here. I guess I'm just going to have to figure out a way to connect it over here to the hot bus bar that, you know, is going to get hooked to the freaking battery anyway, I guess. Got to remember that when we're running our wire down the side here to manually run the Mercedes fuel pump. But yeah, I thought I'd just share that, give you guys a heads up. If you know, I'm still grateful. Still grateful that this will run the 4L80E, right? We got the right harness. I wasn't sweating the fact that, you know, the fuel injector connectors weren't right, you know, and I had to get conversion harnesses. But, you know, that's how this car has been, right? So we'll just deal with getting the hot side over to here and then getting the output. I mean, I expected the output, you know. I can't give you everything, but can't wire the hot side for me? I don't know. Moving on. All right, quick rundown of how I'm going to make the fans work. According to the LS swap harness, the output from the LS computer grounds the relay to make the fans work. So, hot side bridge to trigger, output is still blue, and this goes to the underdash portion of the wiring harness from the LS wiring harness, and that will be our trigger. Hot, switch the ground, output to the fan. Just like that. Well, unless I'm trying to get pulled over, because in the state of Maine, they want your car looking like it came from the factory, I don't think I'll be using this whole setup. Truth be told, we'll probably hack this up. This right here, like I said, is for a truck. So I've already ordered a different cone filter. It's pretty sweet. This came with all the, there's an extra coupler. There's more hose clamps. You know how I do. I'll probably end up like chopping some of this stuff off, probably shorten this. Good news is the new filter that's coming is 4 inches around and 5 inches long. And there's going to be a MAF sensor that goes right here. Of course, the LS needs to know how much air is coming in the engine. So I'm going to set all this aside. This is a pretty cool setup. I mean, if you've actually got the truck and you want to put a cold air on it, $40 eBay air intake. Couldn't find a cheaper one. As soon as you look for black, it goes up to $50. But here it is. This is what you get for 40. Almost. I'm lying to you. You also get, okay? You also get the metal shield. This is crazy. The metal shielding, right? For under the hood. The gasket for under the hood. And look at how many clamps you get. Plus you get this little cushion block stuff. Man, for 40 bucks you get it all. I may use some of that. I might even use the metal bit to make my platform right here. Oh no, I just slapped that on there because I was just... come on. I just slapped that on there because I was just fed up with radiator piping. But yeah, I might use that to make my little platform right here to put my Mercedes-Benz computer back in here. We'll see how much stuff keeps working when the time comes to put power to this thing. A lot of stuff came out, so it might get mad. I know it's going to get mad. All right, so we had exhaust pipe laying around. It was cut in half for some reason. I don't know. I wasn't here for that. But I flattened it out because I have to make a gas pedal adapter plate. Okay, flattened it out, hit it with the center punch, right? Now we're going to drill it out, see if it fits over the studs that are sticking out of the floor. And if it does, then I can trace out up here where I can either weld or bolt the gas pedal in. Stand by. Please, 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 please let this work. Please. All right, I don't know if you can see that right there. Where's my big fat finger? Right there. Got the drill bit all the way through. 2 pieces of sheet metal. This will definitely work for sheet metal like a champ. Let's see if we can look down in the engine bay. Yep, right there. That's where we get to feed our throttle cable through. It comes up over the back and bam, right there. I'm hoping to have a working gas pedal by the end of today. Let's cross our fingers and our toes. Okay, so rough draft, throttle pedal conversion cable. Drilled a hole through the firewall. I made this washer. I made this cable stop because I really don't want to go to the parts store. And today's been kind of crazy. I ordered a radiator hose, ironically. A 1.5 radiator hose and a 1.25 came in. Yeah, it's been one of those days. So I decided, screw it. I'm just gonna, instead of like trying to figure something out, I'm just gonna drill and roll. And this is where we're at. I've tested the cable, brought it through the wall, the firewall, and now I'm gonna bolt this in and kind of get an idea if it works. Okay, let me answer your first question. Am I aware of how ghetto this looks? Yes. Yes, I am. I don't have anything to stand my camera. Whew. I don't have anything to hold my phone like this, so I'm going to tighten that little guy. Okay. And then we're going to check the operation of my throttle. Stay tuned. All right. We got a working gas pedal for the 6-liter drive-by-wire. Now I'm gonna see how it feels when I sit in the car. Whew, let's focus out. I hear movement. I hear the throttle body on the LQ4 opening and closing. I feel like a giant in this car for some reason. I don't remember leaving the seat this far forward. And I know I ain't that short. So what the heck happened? I may have to adjust this right here though. The gas pedal's sticking a little farther out than I'd like. And I'm hearing a lot of crunching, which is probably that eBay throttle cable sheath in the firewall. But good news was I was able to actually feed without making a whole production out of this. I was able to feed the actual throttle cable through the firewall, which eliminates like a middleman. And I've got throttle control all the way back. You guys can see better than I can. I'm looking through my phone. But yeah, we got throttle there. Right here, this little nipple sticking up right there, that little barb, that is part of PCV. So, and so is this guy right here. Hold on. This guy right here as well. So we're going to tie both of them in. I'm going to see what it takes to run a PCV valve on this, because I don't want to vent all kinds of crap out under the hood. Still need the map sensor to complete this. Get the main wire wired. That's a lot of saying wire. I think this is where the radiator is gonna be. My hose routing is kind of funky, but it's away from the pulley, and that's all I wanted. So discharge is gonna be out. And this hose, I have to go to a different town to get this hose for some reason. I can't believe this, but they actually sell the hose that goes there, and some of them are as much as $100. How in the heck have we gotten to a point where a universal flexible radiator hose is $100? Someone please help me understand that. But yeah, looking promising. Everything's set up. I know this looks weird, but that's just the way it goes. There's going to be a piece of metal right here. I'm going to get the spacers for these. Then I'm going to mock up the holes. That's where the Mercedes-Benz computer is going to sit like it did before. And the LS computer is in under the dash where it should be. I still have to do some work on where that main harness comes through, because like I said, it came out janky. Established where the air filter is going to be. That came in this week. So I've got the piping for that. MAF sensor here. Elbow here. Of course, it's tight elbow. And great news about all this, it all fits under the hood. So once I get all this connected, and once I get that main wire connected underneath, I'm thinking all I need then is the drive shaft and to make sure my wiring is good. Oh, one more thing. When you've sacrificed yourself to use the 4L80 transmission, right here, where the Germans, I don't know if you see this little ductwork here above this above that brake pedal, but the Germans put the brake pedal through a ductwork. But I have to drill a hole in that right where the brake pedal comes through, and then I have to put a switch on there. So when you come off the brake, it unlocks the automatic transmission. That's probably tomorrow. And anything I do underneath, I want to make sure Pops is around. So we're getting close, peeps. We're getting close. I'm feeling really good. I mean, if I have to, I'll go to another machine shop. I don't want to, but this is where we're at. Thanks again for watching.